Wang.
And I'm Eddie.
I'm Food.
And I'm Wine.
And you're watching Wong meets the Flying Winemaker. So blue cheese first. This is a super classic combination. Apples, walnuts, and honey.
So you got your fan. So what do I do with your fan?
So you put the fan next to the blue.
Alright.
Ooh, that's so nice. Give it some love.
Give it some love. That looks pretty delicious. It almost looks like a cheesecake.
It kind of does. It's not a cheesecake.
Now here's a real takeaway.
Oh yeah, a little tip here, little tip. If your apples are getting brown, put a little lemon juice on them. And actually makes them nice and glossy too.
You're a scientist.
I know.
And an artist. Blue cheese is often really hard to pick because everyone thinks, oh, you've got to have really strong red wines for blue cheese.
Yeah.
When you got wines, it's really important to think about, you know, a combination and balance of flavor.
Oh, a sticky wine.
So a sticky wine can be anything that's sort of dried out in the sun to concentrate the sweetness of the sugars in the grapes, or it could be a botrytis, which is like a rotten sort of berry that again has been concentrated in flavors. Essentially blue cheese, because it's salty, goes really well with something sweet. It's really important that you taste the wine first.
Okay.
We are shooting this pre-lunchtime. So you can smell it's sort of that honeycomb, apricot, sort of stone fruit character. It's like you opened a can of apricots and thrown it in the glass. So when it comes to like wine and food pairing, and particularly with cheese, you need all the flavors in your mouth all at once. And it's the aftertaste that just
Oh my
goes
goodness.
on. It's the aftertaste that just goes on.
Yeah. Still taste the cheese, balance it out with the wine. Super mellow.
Exactly right. You're not meant to override the flavors. You're supposed to have all the flavors in there.
Okay, next up we're gonna do the ricotta. Ricotta is a very underrated cheese, and I like to jazz it up with some very contrasting flavors. Just a word of advice, do not touch your crotch after you cut a chili.
And what happens?
I do not speak from experience.
It's almost like you've gone a little bit Thai inspired with the whole thought of like chili, sort of fresh herbs and a bit of zesty acid.
Yeah, I like to, I don't consciously go global, but I feel like I'm a child of the world, you know?
Global citizen.
Yeah, we are global citizens. Oh, by the way, Eddie is Australian and Chinese.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I was born in Hong Kong, but raised in Canada. So we are, you know, this cheese plate is...
We're like Sesame Street International.
Olio extravergine di oliva, esperato e freddo.
It looks very expensive.
I hope it tastes good.
If it looks as good as it tastes, then I'm already a winner.
See, I'm all about big impact, no effort. And here is a perfect example of that. What do we put with the ricotta? Another sharp thing, olives. You know, make sure you get good quality olives.
Wow, this is so fresh. Fresh flavors, you've got the element of salt, element of like sea salt. This one goes from like Thailand all the way through to like Greece, right? So, rosé. Rosé, highly underrated. Drunk so much around, you know, the southern parts of France. It's versatile, it's damn cheap. You know, you can go a long way with a bowl of rosé.
I'm getting a bit of watermelon.
Watermelon? No, watermelon is actually it looks like watermelon too.
Yeah.
It smells tropical. It smells great.
Yeah.
Put it in your mouth. There's a crunchy acidity. Makes your mouth water a little bit.
I'm getting like whole new flavors. You know what I mean? I'm not just getting the stuff that you would expect to taste, but I'm actually getting new sensations.
Yeah. You know, what's really beautiful about wine is that when you add different chemicals to it, the food chemicals, you know, it changes the dimensions of the flavor profiles. Your tongue just goes, wow, this is insane. There's like new things going on. From the herbal, the chili, the berries, the watermelons, the olives, the salty. It's like an epic adventure through like, you know, your little tongue.
Cheers to that. Cheers to epic adventures on the tongue.
Yeah, epic adventure on the tongue.